Settle gently into whatever position feels most comfortable for you now, and allow the surface beneath you to fully support your weight. There is nowhere you need to go, nothing you need to solve, nothing left unfinished. The day has already released you. Tonight you are simply arriving. You reach the excavation site in the quiet hour just before sunset, when the desert begins loosening its grip on the heat of the day. The sun hangs low above the mesas, casting long amber light across the open terrain. Survey flags move softly in the wind, small threads of color shifting against an endless landscape of muted earth. Your boots press into the fine sandy soil as you walk. The ground gives slightly at the surface, then steadies beneath your weight. Each step produces a soft, granular hush, the kind of quiet only wide places can hold. A steady breeze travels across the basin, not cold, not warm, just moving. It slips past your sleeves and touches the back of your hands before continuing onward toward distant ridgelines. Out here, the wind rarely stops. It is part of the atmosphere of the place, as constant as breath. Nearby, a canvas tent answers the breeze with a slow, rhythmic motion. Fabric draws tight, then relaxes. A loose line taps once against a metal stake, then settles again. No sudden noises, no sharp edges, just the soft mechanics of a temporary camp standing patiently in open country. You arrive at your excavation square, measured carefully, mapped precisely. A small, contained window into the deep quiet of time. Earlier in the week, a subtle shift in soil color revealed itself here. A faint curve beneath the surface that did not belong to stone. Since then, you have worked slowly, removing the surrounding earth grain by grain, never digging, only easing the soil away, allowing what rests below to emerge at its own pace. Now, partially revealed in the fading light, rests the shoulder of a large ceramic vessel, a storage pot. Its surface carries the muted mat of clay fired long ago beneath another sky. You kneel beside it. The ground is still holding warmth from the afternoon sun. Through the fabric at your knees, you can feel that stored heat, steady and reassuring. You rest one hand lightly against the soil for balance. Fine dust gathers along your fingertips. When you lift your hand, the breeze carries the smallest particles away. A brush lies nearby. You pick it up. The wooden handle is smooth from days of use, shaped easily into your grip. With slow, practiced movements, you guide the bristles across the exposed curve of the vessel. Brush. Pause. Brush again. Each stroke releases another thin veil of earth. There is no urgency in this work. Precision is faster than haste. The desert seems to understand this instinctively. Nothing here rushes, not the wind, not the lowering sun, not the gradual cooling of the air. Even your breathing begins to match the pace. Slow in, slow out, as though the landscape itself were setting the rhythm. Voices drift faintly from the direction of camp, low, unhurried. Someone closes the tailgate of a truck with careful restraint, metal meeting metal without force. A distant laugh carries briefly across the open space, then dissolves before it can echo. Sound behaves differently in wide terrain. It travels, but never crowds. You continue brushing. A slightly darker band of clay becomes visible near the vessel's midpoint. Your fingers hover nearby, careful not to apply pressure. This pot has waited centuries. It deserves patience. You imagine the hands that formed it, coils of clay layered carefully upward, smoothed, shaped, strengthened by steady rotation. Someone once relied on this vessel, stored water here, grain perhaps, something necessary for daily life. Practical objects carry a quiet dignity. They were not made for display, they were made to serve, and because of that, they remain deeply human. The sun slips lower now, light softens, edges blur gently. The temperature follows. Cool air begins settling into the basin, replacing the heat that rises invisibly toward the darkening sky. You pull your sleeve down slightly over your wrist. The breeze feels different now, thinner, calmer. A bird crosses overhead, its wings catching the last amber light before disappearing toward distant rock formations. Soon, the stars will begin their gradual arrival. Out here, they do not appear all at once. First one, then another, until the entire sky quietly fills. The same sky seen by those who stood on this land generations ago. Continuity lives in places like this, not loudly, but unmistakably. You set the brush down. The vessel is covered now with protective cloth for the night, its presence marked and safe. There will be more work tomorrow. Measured drawings, careful notes, photographs in morning light. For now, it rests, and so can you. You rise slowly, feeling the small shift in your muscles after kneeling. Your boots compress the soil again as you step back from the square. Behind you, the site settles into evening stillness. Squares aligned in quiet geometry, tools laid out deliberately, nothing abandoned, everything exactly where it belongs. Order has a calming effect on the mind. The nervous system recognizes preparedness. There is nothing here demanding vigilance, nothing unresolved. At camp, a lantern has been lit. Its glow is soft, contained, illuminating only what is necessary. You pour a small cup of something warm. Steam rises briefly before dissolving into the cooling air. Holding the cup between your hands, you feel the gentle transfer of heat into your palms. Warmth invites the body to release its remaining tension. Conversation moves around you without requiring participation. Easy, sparse. Field crews understand quiet companionship. No performance needed, just shared presence beneath a widening sky. Night settles fully now. Above you stretches an immense field of stars, clear, unwavering. Without city lights, the darkness is complete, yet never empty. The breeze continues its patient passage across the basin. Canvas shifts softly. Somewhere far beyond sight, a nightbird calls once, then is still. You step a short distance away from camp before turning in. The desert at night holds a particular kind of calm, expansive yet protective. Standing here, you sense how small the urgent thoughts of ordinary days truly are. Out here, perspective arrives naturally. Nothing presses in, nothing demands. Even time feels spacious. When you finally settle into your tent, the fabric answers the wind with a gentle repeating motion. Pull, release, pull, release. A rhythm older than memory. Your body recognizes it immediately. Muscles loosen, your jaw softens, shoulders drop, breathing lengthens without effort. The ground beneath your sleeping roll is firm and dependable, the kind of support that allows the body to fully surrender its weight. Outside, the desert keeps its quiet watch. Nothing is required of you now. No decisions, no analysis, no effort, only rest. As you lie there, the steady movement of air, the distant openness, and the simple order of the camp form a kind of silent reassurance. Everything is held, everything continues exactly as it should, and just as the vessel rests safely beneath its covering, you too can rest, completely, deeply, without interruption. The wind moves softly past the tent. The stars continue their slow arc overhead, and sleep approaches in its own unhurried way. Allow it to arrive. There is nowhere else you need to go, nothing left to carry, only the quiet and the vast, gentle night